9 most hated PGRs and Hype Hop 1. The Matty Braps. Matty, also known as Matty Braps, is an American singer, rapper, and dancer who was born on January 6, 2003. He first rose to fame on YouTube by making remix videos of popular songs. This young child isn't even deserving of rapping. He just wrecks rap and is kind of awful. You know what's hilarious too? He believes he can get females who are 17 years old, but that will never happen because he is only an 11-year-old affluent kid with songs that are exclusively about girls. He really ought to be at the top of this list of the worst rappers, by the way. I apologize to the young 11-year-old ladies, but what I just stated is absolutely accurate, and I can almost guarantee that thousands upon thousands of other people agree with me. I guess I'll head off now as I have more important things to do. But really, I could sit here and waste 10 minutes of my life writing out a litany of adjectives to describe how awful this kid is and how he destroys rap. Still, this kid awful. Though everyone knows he's a turd, he still acts like he's so cool. Matty covered the song Blurred Lines, which is one of the improper tunes that I detest when young people just go into the industry and assume they have the right to cover. Simply Google it. His YouTube account needs to be closed by someone. It is not his place to be there. He is a great embarrassment to himself. 2. Iggy Azalea. Australian rapper, singer, songwriter, and model Amethyst Amelia Kelly was born on June 7, 1990, and is better known by her stage name Iggy Azalea, a tonsillitis-afflicted cowgirl. That's the way she sounds. I'm still in the murder business. Her lyrics sound like that. Her rear end. It's true. That's her most recognizable feature, Iggy, her fictitious name, which she took from a panel by Gary Larson. Her life. Her parents were both employed in jobs that paid well, and she was born and reared in Australia. They were comic book artists, not drug dealers or mafia members. Iggy later relocated to the US and pursued a career as a rapper. I admire her aspirations and her achievement in realizing them, yet she remains unsatisfactory in her profession. She is now well known throughout the hated songs Cosmos. She is unavoidable. My school has held 3 dances, and each time at least one Iggy Azalea song was played. Fancy is the worst music my sister has ever heard, according to her. 3. Vanilla Ice. Robert Matthew Van Winkle is an American rapper, actor, and television host who goes by the stage name Vanilla Ice. Okay, so Vanilla Ice isn't a rapper. His rap is really, really bad. It still amazes me that he was in that Ninja Turtle film. He is the worst. He ought to come first. He just wants to be by himself when he gets home. Think of Vanilla Ice as Justin Bieber. It's him who can raise someone's fever. You're not pleasant, Vanilla Ice. You appear to be a man looking to commit a bank robbery. You employ armor like a knight if you are able to fight. 10. Vanilla Ice is a bad artist, and it seems like he has lost his fan base. Since more and more people are beginning to realize how terrible he has no fans. He's among the worst rappers in history. I'm glad that more people are humming Queen's Under Pressure these days rather than Ice Baby. 4. Pitbull. Rapper, composer, and record producer Armando Christian Perez, best known by his stage name Pitbull, is a Cuban-American who has won Grammys for both Latin and Grammy Awards. Pitbull sounds awful and uses offensive language to attempt to hide it. He doesn't seem to be rapping, and his words are badly worded. Rather, he sounds like a man speaking hastily and with autotune. It's nearly impossible to understand him because of his accent. His wealth, the parties he frequents, and the chicas he can draw are the only subjects he talks about. He's also not that beautiful. What is his age? Even though he appears to be 56 years old, he talks of courting 23-year-olds. He doesn't have a profound grasp of authentic music. Rapping isn't even close to being music, in my opinion. I have to agree that the melodies and harmonies are usually really good even when his beats are awful. But his voice spoils it. It has no rhythm and never stays on beat. And lastly, I'm still perplexed by his popularity. He's not a good rapper, and his only claim to fame appears to come from his partnerships with other famous people. Folks, let's listen to some actual music. More melody may be found in the music of performers like Adam Levine, Taylor Swift, and Bruno Mars. 5. Drake. Aubrey born in Toronto, Canada on October 24, 1986, Drake Graham, better known by his stage name Drake, is a Canadian rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, and actor. His professional career began with the Canadian reality series Degrassi and the Next Generation. I am aware that you were raised in a difficult neighborhood in Degrassi and had a difficult childhood, especially after you were placed in a wheelchair by that boy. But hold on, some people fell for it when you were a young actor hoping to play a rapper. Whoa. In the game, Drake is the most phony. He lies about how his life was so horrible, but he also acts like a tough gangsta guy, which I think is something he truly believes. What bothers me the most about Drake is All Me. He says he had absolutely no assistance at all in rising to the top of the rap game. How come? Drake appeared on one of that generation's most watched teen programs, Degrassi. He was never in need. He was at most a lower middle class child. Drake, of all rappers, had the worst existence ever. Eminem is a good comparison for you. And it was sarcasm, by the way. Styx, the Birdman. Really? This man is unrelated to Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, or Birdman, and the Galaxy Trio. This guy's voice is quite irritating, and he sounds weird half the time. Every song he does has the same ordinary and basic flow. His songwriting is straightforward. In his own songs, he hardly performs anything at all. The theme of his song, Respect, is simply requesting deference, an absolute farce. He has never done or spoken anything noteworthy in the rap industry. Lacks charisma, lyricism, and flow. The originator of stupid rap, aided in creating the rapper's image. Simply put on a certain look, act a certain way, and say some gibberish over music. 7. Chris Brown. Born on May 5, 1989, Christopher Morris Chris Brown is an American actor, dancer, singer, and songwriter. He was active in his church choir and various local talent events from an early age, having been born in Tappahannock, Virginia. The incident that made him most famous was the 2009 physical attack on singer Rihanna. Several successful tracks, including Kiss Kiss, Run It Forever, and Deuces, are also well known for him. Chris Brown has a long history of abusing women, so don't ever offer him any praise despite the fact that he is black. All I want is for the rap industry to kick him out. The Woman Beater is a terrible musician. Top on the list is Trumpet Lights. He ought to be placed higher than Lil Wayne. Not a hip-hop artist, just a man who occasionally sings quickly. An even worse person to cap it all. 8. Flame Waka Flocka. Joaquin James Malphurs is an American rapper from Atlanta, Georgia, better known by his stage name Waka Flocka Flame or just Waka Flocka. There are so many rappers that are just too bad to listen to, including Vanilla Ice, Soulja Boy, Drake, 2 Chainz, and Birdman. The list is endless. However, Waka Flocka Flame is unquestionably the worst rapper in the world. Nobody can compare how awful he is. His lyrics are dumb, his voice is trashy, and he has terrible flow. The majority of his rapping consists of him repeatedly stating his name and yelling at random. He repeats his own name so much that you would think he is slow and needs to say it repeatedly to avoid forgetting. Even worse, he says he's not a good rapper and that he'd much prefer work at Walmart than make music. Unfortunately, people will still listen to him and he won't go. 9. Lil Wayne. Dwayne rapper Michael Carter Jr. hails from New Orleans, Louisiana. At an early age, he was found by Brian "Baby" Birdman Williams. He was signed to Cash Money Records and became a member of the rap group Hot Boys. He would then launch his own record label, Young Money, and sign well-known musicians like Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Tyga. He merely raps about things that he thinks make him look good in every song, but the themes he always returns to are his car, his pistol, his money, and how amazing he is at rapping. After that, he includes a chorus and gives the song its title. When you consider it, all he's composed is one song, with multiple choruses that he forces Drake to perform. Well, there you have it, folks, the rundown on the 9 most hated rappers in hip-hop. From the questionable talents of Mathey Braps to the polarizing figures like Iggy Azalea and Vanilla Ice, the hip-hop scene has seen its fair share of controversy. Whether it's the perceived lack of authenticity in Drake's narrative or the tumultuous history of Chris Brown, opinions vary on who deserves a spot on this infamous list. And let's not forget the unique stylings of Waka Flocka Flame, a rapper who boldly claims he'd rather work at Walmart than continue making music. In the end, the diversity of voices in hip-hop is what makes the genre so dynamic, with each artist bringing their own flavor to the mix. Love them or hate them, these rappers have left their mark on the industry, sparking debates and discussions that keep the hip-hop community buzzing. So as we wrap up this exploration of the most disliked figures in hip-hop, remember that opinions are subjective, and the beauty of the genre lies in its ability to evolve and challenge the status quo. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the controversial world of hip-hop. Until next time, keep the discussions alive and the beats flowing. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.